What's up, everyone? Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com, here with Blackstone Labs President and CEO, PJ Braun. PJ, how are you today?
Good, man. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you so much for sponsoring my coverage here of Jim Manion's Pittsburgh Pro. I really appreciate it.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. Okay, and so I watch PJ. This is very crazy because I watch PJ every single day on his cardio, sometimes twice a day, sometimes even 3 times a day. And there's a lot of things going on with Blackstone Labs. So I guess the first thing I want to ask you are the new product, the thermo product. What is it?
ARSON. It's our brand new DMHA-based fat burner. Very, very strong, and a lot of people are freaking out right now because the FDA just put out a DMHA warning, but we didn't get the warning yet, so we're still selling ours. Now we're going to probably get one now that I said that. So.
Now, you know, if you drink enough water,
you can actually die if you drink too much water. You can drown.
So water might be the next banned substance, you know, just on the lookout there. And but you actually won't touch ARSON, you said, right?
I've done it 3 times now. First time, amazing. And I was like, we have a home run on this one. Got a little cocky because I'm sensitive to stims.
Right.
Took it the next day, major panic attack. Took a break for a while because I didn't want to get a panic attack again. And then I had a day where I basically had like 3 hours of sleep. I had to go to court, I had to work, I had to do all these other things. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take the ARSON. And I was zooming still like 12 hours later.
Yeah, because PJ and I, and I'm sure several of you, we like the CBDs, you know, we like, you know, to mellow out a little bit. And so that wouldn't be up your alley, but nonetheless, you tried it out, which is great. And also, I heard on a recent live that you said you're really not that much into the DHEA products. I mean, they're fantastic, but you're at a different stage in your life now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I run my HRT year-round, and I will for the rest of my life. So the DHEA-based pro hormones, they're great products. They're basically a stepping stone for people that want to get aggressive, but maybe don't want to go the hormone route yet.
Right.
I have tried them all. I know which ones I like better than others, so I can speak well about them when people ask me. But I like to just cruise on my testosterone and leave it at that.
For sure, for sure. Now, the big thing that we both heard about today, it actually just dropped on NPC News Online on the official Instagram page, so be sure to check that out, is the wellness division, which our mutual friend Johnny Styles is probably like, oh my God, you know, he's probably so excited. But what are your thoughts about wellness? Because to my knowledge, it's like right between bikini and figure, right?
Could not be more excited about it. First of all, everybody loves big butts, right? And for the past 2 years, all these bikini girls that have thick legs, so Brazil, anywhere in Latin America, actually, Italian girls, you know, these girls have been torturing themselves to shrink their booties and their legs down. Not anymore. You can get on stage with big legs and a big booty in the wellness division.
I know, that's going to be crazy. It's huge in Brazil, Puerto Rico. Tim Gardner's got a show in Puerto Rico now, so everybody there is probably super excited. Also, I'm going to just hit you with everything. Karen Yoakum has a new fitness studio or something, you said?
Yes, the Iron Diva studio. I was just there the other day. Very nice setup. She's selling clothes in there, shoes, jewelry. She's doing posing classes. Right. They've got a couch in the back room, maybe casting call stuff. Probably not, but you never know.
There you go, there you go. And then also, I saw your realtor put up a video on your Instagram about your house for sale. That's a wicked house. You have a deck on the roof. Man, that's crazy. I never saw that, but that's fantastic. So talk to us about your reptiles. So we're gonna cover everything here because he's actually leaving now. So I'm gonna just throw everything at him. Talk to us about your reptiles because I think you actually may have more than Dave Palumbo.
He has more ball pythons than me. That's his thing. Palumbo's pythons, right? He's got a lot of them. But so he has more pythons than me, but I have an Anaconda. I have a Savannah Monitor. I have 6 different kinds of tegus. I've got a bunch of iguanas. I have a leopard gecko. That's a little bit boring, but I have some really big stuff.
But I heard that, I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that an anaconda could actually swallow a goat. Is that true? I mean, can it open its mouth big enough to basically swallow a goat?
Yeah, they've swallowed people before. You've never seen those pictures in like National Geographic of them opening the snake's stomach and there's like cows and guys inside there?
That's great. Cows and guys. It's like 5 guys. And so do you touch this thing or how do you feed it? Like, do you feed it with like a pole or something? Or
So we feed it. He actually eats frozen rats, so they're not alive. We don't feed him live because he's very aggressive. So we eat about once a month, we give him 3 big old frozen rats, and he eats them and then he goes back to sleep. But he's a little aggressive, so he's actually bit me before, and he bit another guy in the office. So we don't mess with him too much.
Okay. And the last 2 questions. Talk to us about Keone and talk to us about Sami.
All right, so we'll do Sami first because he's like my little son that I've seen since the beginning. So Sami got his pro card at Nationals, and he got it in the classic bodybuilding division, and so he is now focusing on putting on size. I talked him, he's very aggressive, but I talked him into taking his time, putting on some size, and competing next year. Now, I had him train all week with Keone, he's right in the mix right now. So he got 4th at the Arnold Some of us had him third, but I think that was a good placing with him at fourth. And, the big thing was going into the Arnold is we let everybody know that he is still drug-free. Now, after the Arnold, going into the Arnold, he was still drug-free. After the Arnold, we had a little talk. Nobody even knows this yet, by the way. I'm not even kidding for the sake of this.
You heard it here first.
We decided, look, it's probably time to start playing around with some different things to be as competitive as possible on that level.
But there's a difference, though, between Keone and the average guy. I mean, I think it's safe to say that he has pushed it to the absolute natural limit.
Absolutely, and we had a talk actually while he was down there this week. If he wants to go that route, which I think he's going to, we'll probably, after this year, we'll probably be taking a break with him and bringing him back in the 212.
And what I think is really interesting too, because I watch everything he puts out, is that you're training him a little bit more intensely than he would with flex, but you're not training him to the point where he would be susceptible to injuries. You're holding him back from injuries, but you're still pushing him through intense workouts. In fact, the workout with Sami recently, you said he did like 455 squats for I don't know how many reps. Insane, right?
Yeah, those guys are strong. Pound for pound for their size and their age, the amount of weight that they can handle right now. And the last thing that I ever want anybody to do is to get hurt. And we had some amazing workouts with flex. I actually train a lot the way that flex does too, but I feel that when you're young, you got to be getting that hard, heavy stuff in there for the foundation.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to be what really hardens up the physique a lot more.
And I think it's great too that Sami listened to you and didn't jump into a pro debut, actually took some time to grow. I know I wanted him to compete, but that wouldn't have been the smart thing. Actually, the smart thing was to grow. And I lied, I got two more. And then Cody, what's up with Cody?
Cody's coming back end of the year. He'll be in the open division. So if people are wondering which division he's going to be in, same thing. We sat down. We're like, look, you're 23, just turned 24 years old. No one's putting a gun to your head and saying you've got to compete right now. Just keep growing and being the bodybuilder that you want to be. Mm-hmm. You're going to be in the open division. You might not be the biggest guy, but if you come in with the condition that you did at USA's when you blew everybody away, people are going to notice you. And now you're seeing guys that are a little bit more aesthetic, like Rafa Brando from Brazil.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Doing amazing. And so I think that's the future for Cody, is being one of those type of guys.
I don't know how you're not melting in front of this light. Last question, Ru,
so, I stepped in and started taking over his coaching, and I felt like we were a little bit behind, so he had to suffer. That kid will work. He'll work. He needs to bring up his legs. That's what I told him. He's got great arms, really good upper body, but the caliber of athlete that we're seeing in this classic bodybuilding division, this division's exploding right now. So what we saw in the first year with Danny Hester versus where it's at now, I mean, it looks like it's advanced 10 years. So you gotta have big legs. It's a small waist, but everything else big. It's the true X-frame in that division. So he's going to bring his legs up, and I expect him to be competitive in that division soon.
And speaking of Danny Hester, he left Ru a great compliment saying that he nailed a certain pose, which again, inaugural Classic Physique Mr. Olympia, hell of a good compliment. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll do the handshake there, okay? All right, good stuff. I don't know how he's not melting. For Blackstone Labs, President, CEO, the face of the company, PJ Braun, Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com.